Here it is, the review for the Cashback app for the UK. Why I think you will love it, and some things I hope will improve. All right, let's go. Today's video is sponsored by Ospeka straps. The objective of Ospeka straps is to offer affordable luxury Apple Watch straps and Apple accessory items. Ospeka straps is UK based, offering free Royal Mail delivery and payment options with ClearPay, Klarna and Lay-by. My favourite ones right now are these solo loop straps, these silicone solo loop straps, because I don't have to worry about any clasps at the bottom and they're really affordable. Use the code OSPENATECH at the checkout for 20% off on any purchase. Ospeka straps, thank you so much for sponsoring this video. If you want to support them and support this channel, why not check out more of their products? They'll be down below in the description. I'll add a link just for them and just for you. Alright, let's continue with this video. 2 years ago, I did my Monzo review, which has now reached almost 60,000 views. If you watched it, thank you so much for your support. I tried to reply to as many comments as I could below and give as much advice as I could. It was incredibly tough, but I will continue to try to do the same for this video today. So if you subscribed then, hoping to continue watching more content like that, I really hope you enjoyed today's video, which follows in a similar ilk to that. I wanted to follow up with a banking app video on a new contender in the UK, but an absolute monster in the USA, and that is Cashback. They have some really clear benefits and ways to earn more. So let's break them down. Okay, you may also spot this little dude. Look, can you see the camera? Can you see the camera? Right there, right there, right there. Look. You may spot that my new friend here, Roscoe, may be joining us in some of the videos in the background. If you see a big furry thing, that's absolutely fine. It's to be expected. He likes to get the attention, and he likes all the attention to be on him. So if you see my camera shake, and if you see this guy drifting around, that is probably why. He's just trying to get my attention, get some food, or possibly go for a walk. So Roscoe, we're going to continue this video. Is that okay? Yes? Okay. I'm going to take that as a yes. I feel like it's really important before we get started, just to create this caveat. I would not recommend that you use the Chase app, the Monzo app, or even Starling, Revolut, any of those guys as your principal bank account for one simple reason, and that is lending. If you want to get a loan to buy a car or to buy a beautiful new Mac, or you want to get a mortgage further down the line when you become an adult, and having that kind of things becomes really important to you, having a main high street bank as your principal bank account is where you need to start. All these other apps are really great apps for spending accounts. For that money you put in, once you've put aside all your bill money, all the stuff that you need to make sure goes out, all the serious stuff that needs going out, that needs to go out of your principal account. I personally use NatWest. They have been incredible to me. I've tried a lot of different banks. I've even worked previously in a bank. I'm not going to mention their name right now in this video. NatWest were even incredible for me when I lived abroad and worked abroad for many years. So I just want to start with that caveat first and foremost. Okay? Got it? Cool. Let's continue. Okay, so how do you earn more? Well, let's start with a solid foundation. And that foundation is, it's a free bank account. You do not have to pay a penny. Now, some of you may take that for granted, but as a lot of the benefits we're going to discuss today, you have to pay other accounts to be able to do. So one way to earn more, remember, is to also spend less or spend nothing. So everything you get is added value. So first benefit, free bank account. Next benefit, one of my favorite features, if not my favorite feature, something that I had to pay to get access to on Curve, which is another review which you'll see somewhere in one of these corners. Now, that also was limited to specific retailers based on how much you're willing to pay per month for that account, along with other benefits. And that is a 1% cashback on every purchase that you make using your debit card or your contactless payment. 1% back on every purchase that you make. Now, at the moment, as it stands, that's meant to last for 1 year. So just be aware of that. There is a limit of around 1 year of 1% cashback. However, that's pretty good when that's free. So, first benefit, 1% cashback. Another way to earn more with them, something they've recently launched, is a savings account with instant access. Instant access. You can access the money at any time, and that offers you 1.5% interest on that savings. It's a 1.5% AER interest rate, and that's interest is paid to you monthly. That's it. As simple as that. Now, 1.5% doesn't sound like a lot, but if you know, you know. Well, right now, getting interest rate on a savings account is not massively exciting. We could probably do a whole video as to why that's the case, but 1.5% is very competitive, very good rate for somebody that can access that account at any time and is not tied up. Now, probably my favorite benefit and way to earn more with Chase is their 5% interest on the Roundup account. So I'm going to show you a little bit about how that looks and how that works. But essentially, say you're spending £1.85. That 15p that then rounds up to £2 goes into a pot. That pot builds up, and then you get a 5% interest of the money in that pot given back to you, and that's paid monthly as well, right? That's 5% AER. That's a very good interest rate. Now, you do have these Roundup pots, for example, in Monzo and in some other apps, but this gives you interest on that Roundup. And I'll show you roughly how that looks and how that works. Okay, so this is how it works. If I just open up the Chase Bank app, the first thing it's gonna do is verify me, obviously. And then here you can see some interesting transactions that are taking place. And I'm more than happy for you to kind of understand a little bit more about it. There's nothing here that is super secret. However, here you can see the Roundup of 5% AER, and within that 5%, you can see that there is £104 in that account, and that account I'm not going to touch for a while. I'm just going to leave that be for now, but that's come from round-ups of spending. Now, you got to be quick. You got to make sure money's in the account to obviously be able to spend that. And here you can actually get at the bottom, you can see that there is a little bit of interest that has been earned, and it gets paid into the account every month. And you can also see how much is in my account and also how much has been rounded up, and obviously how that works. So it's a very simple process and it works absolutely great. Now, the Chase Bank app and the Chase Bank UK is a full-fledged bank, and by that what I mean is that it has FSCS protection and is part of the FSCS protection scheme, which means that it will be able to give you some kind of guarantee or some kind of protection in your account, in your balance, up to around £85,000. So if something was to happen, that would obviously be covered by that scheme, which is obviously something set up by the government. So you have absolutely no worries there. The next thing is that you do get a sort code and an account number, which means that people can transfer you money, and you can also transfer money to people with sort codes and account numbers. You can also set up the ability to have direct debits. It's obviously something that's relatively new for this bank. I think they launched it back in March. So I think there has been some comments on Twitter where people have said they've had some challenges with this, so you may need to be a little bit patient if that's something you're looking to do. Again, I personally have the majority of my direct debits go out of my NatWest account, but that's something that is there and is available for you as well. You also do have the option to create and have multiple different accounts. So again, if we have a look in the app and we see what that looks like, here at the top right hand corner, you can see where it says add. And when we go to add, you can add more spending accounts, or you can add that 1.5% interest savings account we discussed earlier on. You can have multiple different accounts. So that is another benefit of having the Chase Bank running as an actual full account, is that you do have some full account benefits as well. Something else I'd consider to be a really great benefit to this app is that it's a really clean and simple app. There is no messing about. It's very simple to use. It's very simple to navigate. you essentially have these principal tabs here at the bottom. You have your home. From the home, you can actually see all your activity. You can see your accounts. You can see your spending. You can see the rewards. This is obviously something you can build over time. And then if you pull that down a little bit more, then here you can get access to payments, support. But what's great here is obviously it's very, very simple to use. It does work with Apple Pay, so you can add it straight to your Apple Wallet. One of the great things is you can actually add this to Apple Pay before your physical card arrives. Speaking of physical card, let's talk about that next. This is a really nice, simple, clean card. As you can see from here, there's a lot of great benefits in having this card. You don't have to worry about having someone seeing your card details if they get hold of your card, because the card details are actually not kept on the card. They're actually inside the app itself, which is pretty interesting. The card number, the CVC code, the expiry date, all of that is within the app itself. Chase cards are made from recycled materials. For those of you out there that are really aware of the environmental impact, knowing that it's made from recycled materials is obviously a real great benefit and real great positive for you. As the card details are not actually on the card itself, but stored in the app, another really great benefit is you can go into the app and tell the app, I want to change my card details. My card details are being compromised. And Chase will generate new card details, a new CVC code, which means you don't then have to replace the card, which is great because it means that you don't have to throw away a card, you don't lose a card. It then saves, again, for those of you a bit more aware of the environmental impact, the carbon footprint every time you post things can be difficult to offset. So by not having to have another card posted out and you just have exactly the same card with brand new card details, that's quite a cool and innovative way and an innovative solution. Somebody gets hold of this, they can't do anything really with it. Obviously the chip is just going to be changed to whatever it is that needs to be done. So that's quite a nifty, cool thing, which means that you can actually use this and never really have to replace it again unless you lose it. And even if you do lose it, nobody can do anything with it. Okay, so I'm going to do that YouTube thing right now where I'm going to ask you to give this a like if you're finding value in this video, and don't forget to subscribe. And hey, want to leave a comment below if you want to see any videos on any other banking apps or any other kind of anything else really you would like to see on this channel that you think would belong here and that you as a subscriber would love to see more of. I'll tell you what I'm thinking of doing next. I'm thinking of doing one on the Metal account by NatWest for businesses, and I'm thinking of doing one potentially on the Monzo business account. Which one would you like to see? Leave a comment below and let me know. Okay, so let's talk about customer service. In 2022, who still goes to branches? I would hazard a guess that not many people that watch this video or that subscribe to this channel. Nonetheless, customer service is still a very important part of creating a really great customer experience. So if you want to speak to a human, not an automated machine, but a human, there are two options available to you. If you're looking for asynchronous communication, that means not in real time, you have the chat app. You can message somebody there and they're very, very helpful. They really get back to you, they really talk to you, they really answer your questions. You can start the conversation, do your thing. When you get a reply, notification comes up, you can talk to them. Alternatively, if you want to talk to somebody in real time, there's a real concern, there's a real reason for you to speak with them, you can also just give them a call and you can speak to them on the phone. The nice thing of doing it in the app is because you've logged in, obviously you've used, some kind of biometric authentication to be able to access the app. You're already pre-screened before you go and speak to them. So you don't have to prove every single time your SOAP code, your account number, you already know it's you. So the communication is really smooth, really seamless, and really connected. So hey, props to them with customer service. Another real great benefit is that I haven't seen anywhere really, whether it be on Facebook, whether it be on Twitter, or other platforms like Reddit, where people are complaining anywhere near as much as they were doing, and I had seen them doing, about accounts like Monzo, where they had been locked out of the account. Now, it's worthwhile noting, you do need to be a UK registered individual. You need to have a UK address in order to have this account. If you're living abroad, it's difficult for you to register unless you're living abroad but you have an address here in the UK that, your parents' address or your partner's address, where you can register for the account, get your card sent to, etc. Okay, so we spoke before about how if you want to earn more the way you save is as important as the way you earn, right? Got it? Cool. So let's talk a little bit about traveling with this account. First of all, can you use this card abroad? Yes, you can. How does it work? Well, it's a MasterCard card essentially. So anywhere that takes MasterCard, you can use it. Can you withdraw money abroad for free? As in, do they give you any extra charges to withdraw money abroad? Not Chase. Potentially there's bank machines that you go abroad and want to withdraw may try to charge you, but that's more on their side than it is on Chase. Chase won't actually charge you extra to withdraw and use the card abroad. Can you use the card to pay for things in, say, a restaurant? Yes, you can. Is there a fee for that? Again, not from Chase. What are the costs? How does that work? Well, it's just a standard exchange rate. So whatever the exchange rate is, which is quite transparent from Chase's point of view, they'll tell you what that exchange rate is, that is what you will pay. So it's really down to the exchange rate. So traveling abroad is really, really simple. Do you get any other benefits with that? No. But are you paying for those? No. So should you expect those? No. But it's good to know that they're not going to charge you anything extra if you're lucky enough to leave the UK, travel abroad and use this card abroad. But you can still continue to get all those benefits we discussed earlier on. Okay, so this sounds really good. And I hear you. So you may ask yourself, you may be asking me, right, so what could be better? What could be improved? Those are really valid questions. So I would start by saying overdrafts, lending. That's something Monzo now does. You can apply for an overdraft with Monzo, which is really helpful and really useful for when you're going to be overdrawn, to have that extra bit of credit. If you're trying to build your credit score, having an overdraft, using it, paying it off, get it back into normal, that can really help you with that. They could also do more innovation. So for example, again, Monzo and Curve released a installment plan, which I believe is called Flex. So essentially the way that works is, say you pay £100, you got £100 on the card, you can then set it up so that that £100 can come out, say, in 3 payments of interest-free payments. So that's something that, you know, with services like Klarna and ClearPay and Laybuy that I'm a big fan of, you will have that built into those accounts. You do not have that with something like Chase. And that's becoming a bit more normal, especially with these fintech accounts that are really, really, you know, popular out there. From the comments that I received on the Monzo banking review, something a lot of people asked, and I was quite surprised to see, is can you deposit cash into the account? This is one of the questions I got a lot in the Monzo video. Can you receive checks? And the answer is you can't do that with the Chase Bank. It's not an option right now. Maybe a lot of you watching this video will be like, what's a check? And who receives cash? But those are options that other, you know, main high street banks offer. And to some degree, even other ones like Monzo, for example, that have relationships with the post office and so on and so forth, also offer. But that's not something you get with Chase. So the next one is quite simple really, and that is a business account. So again, with Monzo, I have got a Monzo business account. I also have an account with an app called Meta, which is part of the NatWest group. They're very good. So if you have a business and you want to try and do your business banking for your online store or for your business that you may have, a small business maybe, in particular for those SMBs out there, this doesn't offer one. They don't currently yet offer business banking, and that might be a deal breaker for you. You may want to have it all in one place. So again, that's something for you to be aware of that you do not have. And lastly, something that I would really appreciate if they were to improve, and it's something that Monzo absolutely nails, is when I send money from my NatWest account to my Monzo account, it's instantaneous. The moment that gets sent, it's in there. Whereas with Chase, it can take a little bit longer. So one of the disadvantages to this is, for example, say you are at a queue and you're going to pay for something, you think, oh, actually, I want my 1% cash back. You send that money directly from your NatWest account into your Chase account to get the 1% back. You then have to stand there at the checkout waiting patiently as that money arrives, and you can then use it to pay. So Chase, if you can speed that up so it can be as fast as Monzo, that would be awesome. Okay, so that is today's video. I hope you found some value in it. It's certainly taken quite a while to write the script and get that right. As I said, you know, if you haven't yet, I would love to hear in the comments below what kind of videos would you like to see me do next. I am thinking between the metal account and also between the Monzo business account. I'm leaning more towards metal. Am I going in the right direction? Again, let me know in the comments. If you haven't yet, please do subscribe to the channel. My objective is to try and get out more frequent content this year. If I can set myself a goal starting this month with this video of doing at least one video a month, so I'm not going to saturate you with too much content. You don't really want to miss it too much. And there's a lot of other tech content I'd like to do, but I'm really focusing on these right now because I'm seeing that people are getting a lot of value from them. So thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate your time. Again, I'm going to be down in the comments to answer any questions you may have, listen to any suggestions you may have. I hope you found a lot of value in this video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you're taking care of yourself, you're keeping healthy, and yeah, thank you so much. So talk to you soon. Ciao.